When I opened the door, she was standing there. Rain dripping from her hair, suitcase by her feet, eyes soft and trembling like the first time she'd said I love you. Evan, she whispered, voice breaking. I came home. Behind me, someone laughed. It wasn't cruel or mocking, just a light, effortless laugh that didn't belong in that moment. Claire froze. The sound came from the kitchen. From her kitchen. From the woman who hadn't left. My throat closed. 3 months earlier, Claire had packed that same suitcase, eyes hollow, movements mechanical. I need space, she said, to figure out who I am without being someone's wife. The word space had been too clean, too harmless for what it really meant. Abandonment disguised as self-discovery. I didn't beg. Not because I didn't want to, but because I was afraid that if I begged, she'd pity me, and I couldn't bear that. For weeks, I lived among her ghosts. The coffee mug with lipstick stains. Her perfume clinging to the pillow. The half-read books about mindfulness stacked by the bed, mocking me with their serenity. Then came Anna, a friend of a friend who offered to help me repaint the living room, so it doesn't feel so empty. She smelled like sawdust and cinnamon, laughed at my bad jokes, and stayed late helping me peel away the dull beige Claire always said was coming. Anna didn't talk about finding herself. She already knew where she was. Now, standing in the doorway, I could see Claire's gaze flicker past me, over my shoulder, toward the kitchen's warm glow where Anna was pouring wine into 2 glasses. Claire, I started, but the word cracked, fragile as a dry leaf. Her eyes returned to mine. You moved on fast. The sentence carried no accusation. Just shock. Maybe grief. Maybe realization that the world hadn't frozen while she was gone. I didn't think you were coming back, I said quietly. You didn't wait. You left. The silence that followed had weight. It pressed down, suffocating the air between us. Rain pattered against the porch, and in the kitchen, Anna's voice floated out, soft and unaware. Evan? Want me to open the second bottle? Claire flinched. I did too. She stepped inside, dragging her suitcase over the threshold like an apology. The house smelled of paint and rosemary and the faint trace of a new beginning. Her eyes darted across the walls, the new colors, the rearranged furniture, the missing wedding photos. You changed everything, she said. Had to, I replied. Couldn't live in a museum. Her lip trembled. You make it sound like I died. I didn't answer. Because in a way she had. The version of her who danced barefoot in this kitchen, who'd made plans for children and lazy Sunday mornings, she was gone long before she packed that suitcase. Claire brushed a strand of wet hair from her face. I thought maybe we could talk. Maybe start over. My chest tightened. There it was, the thing I'd secretly wished for during those sleepless weeks. Her coming home. Saying she was wrong. But now that she stood here, dripping and trembling, I felt only a deep, exhausted confusion. Start over. I repeated. I realized I made a mistake, she said. That I was chasing something that doesn't exist. I thought I needed freedom, but what I needed was me. She hesitated. Us. Behind me, I heard the faint sound of footsteps. Anna had entered the hallway, wineglass in hand, her expression fading from curiosity to dread as she saw Claire. Claire's face stiffened. So that's her. Anna opened her mouth, then closed it. I should go. No, I said too quickly. Both women froze. No, I repeated softer this time. Stay. The word hung there like a blade. Claire's eyes filled, but she blinked the tears away, chin lifting. I see. You found what you needed. I wanted to tell her it wasn't that simple. That I hadn't found anything. I just stopped waiting for her to come back to someone she'd already left behind. But the words felt like betrayal. Even though the betrayal had started long before Anna ever stepped into my life. You know what's funny? Claire said, her voice cracking with a brittle laugh. I spent months trying to find myself. Turns out, you only find who you are when you see what you've lost. Anna shifted uncomfortably, setting the wineglass down on the console table. Claire, I didn't mean to. Claire cut her off. You don't owe me anything. I left. You stayed. That's on me. Then she turned to me. But you didn't even call. My throat tightened. I wanted to. Every day. But I kept remembering your last words. I need to be alone. So I gave you that. I just didn't expect it to last forever. She nodded slowly, eyes distant. I thought you'd wait. That you'd still be here when I was ready. Something inside me cracked then. Not anger, not relief. Just the realization that love sometimes rots quietly under the weight of expectations neither person can live up to. I did wait, I said. Just not long enough for you to remember who you were. Claire's gaze swept over the house one last time. She didn't cry. She didn't beg. She just picked up her suitcase, straightened her shoulders and whispered, I hope she never gets lost. And then she was gone. The door clicked shut, and for a long moment the house was silent. Then Anna reached for my hand, tentative, uncertain. But my eyes stayed fixed on the empty doorway, on the raindrops glittering like glass on the porch. Because even though she'd left twice now, the part of me she broke was still standing there, waiting.